I don't give a fuck about you and Cenat. That's gonna sound like hate.
Y'all mad because this is not the lyrical miracle rap album that y'all always have wanted from Drake. I'm tired of Drake singing.
Drake?
Look like your boy Joe Budden was hating on Drake again. Let's see what he had to say about the For All the Dogs album, and y'all know we got to talk about it too. But first, let's hear from Joe. Make sure y'all like the video and subscribe.
I miss the Drake that was rapping for the rappers. I miss the Drake that when he dropped, the rappers hit him. Not these little kids. I don't give a fuck about you and Cenat. That's going to sound like hate.
It is.
It's not hate.
It's not hate. It is. It's not hate.
Go find some niggas your age. Hang out with them. Get some of that sauce.
That's not what keeps you. No, that's not what keeps you popping.
These kids.
That's not what keep you popping. And if that's the game he playing, I gotta play this game.
All the older niggas streaming music and buying it, Joe. No,
dog.
All niggas listen to old school shit all day.
All that shit y'all saying for me applies to the field. I have long before called this nigga the golden child. Different set of rules apply.
Correct.
He's him. He is not one of them that y'all telling me about. I don't hold him near.
Dog, this album is going to be the most streamed album in Spotify history. Why?
When you that,
even if it ain't good.
When you that type of golden, you got the glow. You feel it when you got that glow. When you that, you ain't, nigga, you walking in with the glow. I do what I want, and that's what's going to be popping. Whatever I want is going to be popping.
So where's the motivation then? With what you just said, where's the motivation? Great point. If I could do whatever I want to do, and it's gonna pop, it's gonna be number one. It's gonna do all of this. Where is the motivation?
That wasn't what I was saying, but that was a double
entendre.
But wait, that's not what I was saying. But that was a double entendre. I was saying whatever I do is going to dictate.
Yeah. So now you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
But to Ice's point, I'm agreeing with Ice. But when J. Cole comes in that booth and y'all was there together, that's your motivation. Mm-hmm. You don't go Marlene, Darlene, Charlene, Felicia. I don't give a
and that's why I have a problem.
That's where your motivation comes from.
Look, hold on. And
that's
y'all can't do that and then tell me that y'all the Spider-Man meme. Because no, it wasn't.
Who said that?
Whoever said it.
That's my problem. That's my problem. Cole is right there, but you won't kill this nigga. You still putting him, it's me and you. It's me and you. No, separate yourself.
No.
Separate yourself.
Are you talking about with Cole?
Yes. Tell him you too.
Cole is lying to these niggas.
I know.
Drake.
See, this is why I be hating my brothers and sisters sometime, and I'm talking about you, because I know most of y'all watching this fall into that category of people who saying the album is mid, the album is trash, this ain't it. Y'all waited till 6 a.m. and y'all didn't get the album y'all wanted, and now y'all mad. And I'm going to tell y'all why y'all mad. Y'all mad because this is not the lyrical miracle rap album that y'all always have wanted from Drake. I'm tired of Drake singing. I don't want to hear him sing no more. I want to hear him rap. So at 6 o'clock, after y'all waited up all night, eyes red, y'all played the album, and y'all didn't hear what y'all wanted to hear. Y'all didn't hear what y'all think Drake should be in 2023. And y'all got mad, and y'all are upset. And shout out to the Barbs, because I heard they're upset too. Drake said it was going to be a Nicki feature on this album, and it's not a Nicki feature on the album. He got Sexy Red on the album. What's going on with this, Drake? Barbs attack. Don't y'all know Nicki got an album coming out? Maybe, just maybe, they're saving that moment for her album instead of Drake's album. Wait till Nicki's album come out first and then judge whether or not a Nicki feature should have been on this album. Okay? That's all I'm going to say to the Barbs, because I rock with y'all, but y'all be tripping sometimes. Because I see a lot of y'all hitting that Shade Room Venom, hitting that Sassmatazz on this album, and y'all know y'all ain't right, okay? But that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, you got Joe up here talking about Drake should be hanging out with people his age, and he's out here trying to appeal to the young dudes. Drake is Drake. Drake don't need to talk to no Cenat. You don't need to do none of this stuff. If he didn't have Lil Baby, 21 Savage, and all of the other young poppin' artists on his albums and doing features with them, it wouldn't matter. It would still go number one. He don't need SZA to go number one. Sorry, newsflash, he's Drake. So it must be another reason that he always opens his arms to younger talent. See, let me tell y'all something. Because a lot of y'all not real Drake fans. A lot of y'all say, why is Drake always mad on these tracks and talking about he got all the ops? A lot of that stems from when he was coming in the game, everybody immediately looked at him like an enemy. They looked at him like an op. Nobody reached out to him. And I'll give Joe Budden the credit. He was one of the few OGs who actually reached out to Drake and gave him his credit and, showed him love. And we all know about Lil Wayne. That goes without saying. But everybody else, they was on attack mode when Drake came out. And they was ready to go head to head. And they said he got to fend for himself. I'm not going to give him a platform. I'm not going to give him a stage. We just got to see what he become. And then he kept blowing up. And it looked like a lot of people was mad. And I ain't going to say no names, Swiss Beats. I'm not going to say no names, Jay-Z. I'm not going to say no names, Kanye West. But he literally started getting into all of these feuds with people that he admired and loved when he was growing up. So that gave Drake a chip on his shoulder. And I'm glad that instead of continuing the cycle, he said, I'm going to be the guy who's going to reach out to these other younger artists, creators, whoever's popping in the industry. I'm going to give them a look. I'm going to do what I wish people would have did for me. And y'all killing him for that? Making up something that Drake is trying to appeal to the young dudes? Drake is Drake. He can make anything pop. He painted his nails. He got barrettes in his hair. He had a whole theme and a whole uniform for this album. I think he was doing that because that's what he wanted to do. I don't think he was doing that to appeal to people. I think it was just a part of the art and the rollout. Kanye gave y'all different types of rollouts for 10 years. Y'all never said nothing. Y'all always said, you know what, we gonna sit back and wait till the music come out. Why can't Drake get that same benefit of the doubt? Y'all be acting like Drake is 50. And Joe talking about he need to stop messing with the young girls. See, I didn't play that part. At one point, Joe said, Drake need to stop messing with the 25-year-olds. And they had to check him on Twitter. This dude said, no offense, but Joe telling Drake to stop messing with 25-year-olds is absolutely wild. And Joe responded, I got a little carried away, LOL. The content should mature a little bit, though, one day. And that's another thing. I don't feel like Drake is putting out young boy rap. I feel like he talks about all of the super duper rich stuff that we can't never enjoy, and he lets us know what's going on at the top. And we need people like that. Jay used to be that guy letting us know what was going on in them rooms at the top and what them luxury vehicles was like and what these super duper rich swanky digs was like. Digs meaning like, the places he stayed, the hotels, the houses. That's what digs mean, okay? I know y'all like, what's digs? Okay, my bad, you know what I'm saying? But Jay used to be the dude talking about the super duper luxury stuff. And now that's Drake. Not to mention, Drake gonna always let us know what's going on in the relationships. All over the blogs, I see people talking about, is he talking about Rihanna? Is he talking about NBA Youngboy? But I thought he was only talking about young boy stuff. I thought the content wasn't mature enough. I thought Joe Budden liked the beef. Y'all got to make it make sense for me. So what did I think about the album? I'll be real. I don't think Drake is capable of making a bad album. Sorry. Now, if you compare Drake to himself, then you might have an argument. But if you comparing Drake to all of these other artists who put out albums, I think you have to agree. His albums are always 90% better than what the rest of the industry is putting out. Now, granted, he put out an album this year where I really feel like Jack Harlow had a strong album. I really feel like Lil Yachty had. If you didn't hear the Yachty album, you are doing a disservice to yourself. But those two projects, along with SZA's album, he had some competition this year. And this is why I stopped doing reviews, because I've kind of went back and looked at some of my reviews and said I was too harsh. I know some of y'all might remember when I did that Whole Lotta Red album review with Playboi Carti, and it kind of did good. I think it had like 50,000 views or something like that. But I ended up liking that album later on. And I did the same thing with Kendrick's last album. I really was not feeling Kendrick's album when it first came out. And then I was like, you know what? This got some heat on it. And so I'm not gonna be so quick to really judge this album. I'll let y'all know in the coming probably weeks, because I'm pretty sure people are not gonna stop talking about this album. So in another story, I'll let y'all know how I feel about the album so far. But just from a first listen, I love the vibes that Lil Yachty has been bringing to Drake in his camp. But I don't even really feel like it's just Drake. I feel like Yachty's influence has been circling the whole industry. I love that for Yachty. But I like that Drake is getting that energy, but he's not trying to downplay Yachty. He's open to letting everybody know Yachty is a part of OVO, basically. And I can feel those vibes in the album. I love that Drake incorporated his son in his album. I think every artist has to do that with at least one of their kids. You got to have a kid and you got to show the world, or at least show your child, like, hey, I made you a part of this experience. I felt like the features flowed really well. I love what Sexy Red did on this album. This is one of those things where you can finally look at Sexy Red and say, okay, you can pair her with a different type of artist and she can put out a decent product. You didn't know if Sexy Red could go in the studio with a rapper and come out with something that was good. Nicki hopped on her song. That's a remix. That's not Sexy Red and Nicki going in the studio trying to create something. So now Sexy Red has proven she can stand next to these people, and it's not about if she did better. It's just about if the song is good. And I like the song, and I feel like Drake brought out something out of Sexy Red because, number one, that was totally different type of production that we're used to hearing her on. And I hope she can learn from this experience and prove to herself, I can experiment. I can do the turn up stuff, but I can have tracks that's a little more, let's say, intimate and a little more house music vibes, you know, chill vibes. Everything ain't got to be super twerk, turn up. I think she's capable of growing. And she's going to need to do that if she want to survive. You can't do the same thing for 10 years straight. So I like that Drake did that for Sexy Red. The J. Cole song is a standout. I love their vibe. They need to work together more, just like Drake and SZA need to work together more. I would like a joint project from Drake and Cole, from SZA and Drake. You don't have to give me 10 songs. You can give me 7 or 8. And I would love that. But I want Drake to do stuff with Frank Ocean and Childish Gambino. Honestly, I just want more Childish Gambino and more Frank Ocean regardless, okay? But I just feel like there's some features that people want from Drake, and he's going to have to get on it in the next couple of years because, you know, if he doesn't, he might be on to something else, because I feel like at this point it might be boring for Drake. He sat at the crib and watched streams while the album was coming out. He was watching Cenat and DJ Academics, man, because at this point he got all the accolades, he got all the number ones, he done had all the chicks. What else is it to do now? He might be in that stage of raising his son. That's what I really think this hiatus is about. It's not just about his health. He might be having some stomach problems, like he said. I think it's about he just want to do something else now, man. What more can he do? I think that's why the clothes and the fashion has been looking so good from OVO, because he's trying to dip and dabble in the new stuff. So let me know what y'all think about this, man. Shout out to Drizzy. I think he accomplished what he set out to accomplish. He's going to do the numbers, and the people who need the music, it will resonate with them. Let me know what y'all think. Like the video and subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Peace.